Ladies and gentlemen, there's no the interwebs out there. Sebastian Envy, strong style, Cena file. So we got ourselves a new Peacemaker trailer. So let's geek about it for a scan few minutes. Now we know Peacemaker is spun out of the Suicide Squad film, the latest one. James Gunn at the helm. He's also at the helm of this spin-off series. And at the time it was first announced, we didn't know if it was going to be a prequel or pick up following the events of the movie. Basically picking up following the events of the movie, where you have Peacemaker. We don't exactly know where he's going to be when things come together. We know that he killed, our boy Rick Flag in the movie, and then he ended up, we thought he was dead. He was in hospital, and things kind of spin off from there. He gets roped into another task force that's made up basically of some of the comedic relief elements at that worked under Amanda Waller from the previous movie, plus a couple new faces. We have Vigilante playing a part in this, and I dig the Vigilante costume. The transition from the comic book to the screen with that has been great, although him being, I guess, I wouldn't even call John Cena's Peacemaker like the straight man in this, because he says a bunch of I guess he kind of is, in the way that he's just is stupid about a lot of things and doesn't have common sense about a lot of things, but he is so confident in his stupidity and non-common sense having that it kind of makes him the straight man to the kind of oddball, off-the-wall stuff that Vigilante is going to be doing. What exactly they're going to be going up against remains to be seen. Things haven't been super clear on that, and I'm fine with that. I'm ready to go into stuff where I don't have an idea of how the movie's going to play out, how the show's going to play out, where I can just sit back, be entertained by what they're giving me, not that I've sat there and diced and picked apart what's likely to happen, or pulled a bunch of spoilers together and just figured out things, how they're going to go from there. I just want to be able to sit back and enjoy. I thought John Cena as Peacemaker nearly stole the movie of Suicide Squad, so I'm anxious to kind of see where he goes with this in this series. We've seen a couple comic book characters in it that he is fighting against. I haven't done a deep dive into who they are, or write-ups on the trailer to kind of, from people who are better steeped in the lore of DC Comics who can tell me who they are. Again, if I come across it, cool. I'll just wait for it to come out on screen. I mean, we're going to get in a little bit into his past and kind of what makes him him, his daddy issues, which he has a lot, and kind of how that shaped him as a person. We kind of see this just through a brief exchange between him and his father in the trailer. We can kind of guess that maybe his father held him to certain high standards that he doesn't feel his son has met. So now he looks at him as a failure. So he's going to be dealing with that. We saw in the movie how he said he was willing to kill however many men, women, and children he had to in the attainment of peace, but he hesitates to pull the trigger on a family in the trailer. So I saw somebody in the comments on that kind of questioned that, and I'm like, dude, just watch the show. I'm sure it's going to get addressed, how the foundation, what makes him Peacemaker is shook, will be shook, will be altered, will be made different. He's going to be a different person from, scene 1, episode 1 to the last scene of the last episode. It's just going to be a growth, evolution of Peacemaker as a man, as a hero, anti-hero, as a person who operates in the DC universe. That's just what we're going to see. Just how many people die, how many things get blown up, how much blood is shed, how many antics we have to go through with this pet eagle that he has. Between points A and B remains to be seen, but I'm here for it because I trust James Gunn, I trust John Cena, and I enjoyed Suicide Squad. So playing more in that universe with these characters, I'm all for it. So I'm ready for it. Anyway, those are some of my thoughts on it. Scattered as they often are. But guys out there, think. Let me know in the comments below. Follow me, social media. Talk to me there. Talk to me here. Until next time, let us geek.